Hello everyone, this is Carl from the Rhinebeck School of Music. I'm joined as always by my cohort, little Carl to my left. Today we're going to talk about a couple of open tunings for slide. In the previous videos we talked about playing in standard tuning, some licks and some turnarounds. So this is a follow-up to those videos to get you started with just a few basic things to do in open G and open E tunings. All of these patterns will be used over a basic 12-bar blues. Our first tuning will be open G. So the first thing is to get into that tuning, and I'll show you how to do that if you're not already familiar with it. Our E, we're going to tune down to a D. Our A will go down to a G. Now the D and G string and B string will be the same. So anybody who remembers from our standard tuning slide video will see those same 3-string patterns in this tuning. Our high E string will go down to a D. So now we've got an open G chord across all 6 open strings. That stands to reason that an octave higher, 12th fret, will be the same an octave higher. So let's go through some soloing patterns based on the G minor pentatonic position that we find here in this open tuning. So some of the notes you can play in the lower position here are from our 3rd fret to our open on our B string, our 3rd fret to our 1st. We can also add, we have a root up here on the 5th fret. And then we've got our 3rd fret, G to open, and everything else, 3rd open, 3rd open, all work in that lower open string position. Look for your roots on the G string and the A, which is now tuned down to a G. So you can play around with all those intervals there and kind of work out some licks. So now up here on the 12th fret rather, I've got my G an octave higher, and I can also play pretty much all the intervals on the 10th fret to the 12th around it to come up with some soloing phrases. All that stuff works there. Just kind of look for your roots, which are here on your A and G string, your A being tuned down to G now. Now if I was to follow the 12-bar blues pattern, playing chord to chord, I would go to the 5th fret, which is now going to be my C, and I can do similar licks playing 2 frets below to play almost chord to chord over that 12 bar. So if I go to the 4th, back to the 1, but now I'm playing around my 3rd to 5th. 5 chord now will be on the 7th. Into our turnaround, which we can go down the D string from the 3rd fret against the open, pedal against the open G, down to the D, and then up to our 5 chord, the D which is up there. So let's put it all together. there's a few ideas to get you started in open G. So let's talk briefly about open E tuning now. We're going to bring our E back up to our E, where it should be, our low E.
We're gonna bring our E back up to our E, where it should be, our low E.
Now the idea here is to play as if it was your A was tuned up to where you would fret the B, your D to where you'd be fretted up to play the E, and the G, a G sharp, the first fret of your G. So we're going to tune just those three up. The E, B, and E would stay the same. So there's our E. This we will bring our A string up to a B. The D will go up to an E. G will go up to G sharp. The B will stay the same, and the E will stay the same. I'll just bring it back since we were in open G tuning. Now you should have an E chord across all of your 6 strings. Now some of the cool things here, you'll think about Elmore James, Johnny Winter. Now you got a lot of cool third to open string things here. Fifth fret also will work. So you've got some cool open string stuff going on here also. From our third to our open is our E, then our B. We'll come up to the E, which our D is now tuned up to. So we've got a root here and here on our E and D string, and our high E, of course. You've got unison notes, 5th fret. Got a root note here, also on the 5th fret of what was our A string. So the same concept here would follow. I would also play up here. I've got my 12th to 10th fret intervals that I can play, and all those kind of notes you can play around with there. And then our 1, 4, 5 would go across the same 5th and 7th fret for our 4 chord, which is A, and our B, which will be on the 7th fret. And a little turnaround we can do down the A string against the open D, which is now an E.
I got plastic hands, I'm only 4 inches tall. I don't think I could play slide, maybe rap is all.
Well, we'll just have to design a really small slide. So let's put it all together. So those are some different ideas that get you started in both E and G tuning. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. This is Carl from the Rhinebeck School of Music with Little Carl signing off. We'll see you guys soon.